I've often said that there seems to be a concerted effort amongst black men to break women down. As a matter of fact, I have a video up, I will link to it, that deals with that one subject in depth. But a lot of people didn't believe me. They said, "Oh, you're making that up. You just hate black men. There's something wrong with you. You're lying. That's not true." Or they hit you with the Kool-Aid busting through the wall. That not all men. Okay, I'm not saying it's all men. When did I ever use the word all? What I'm saying is these are the type of men and the attitudes that you ladies have to be on the lookout for, because they are pervasive. They are increasing in popularity. And for some reason, the guys who spew these kind of messages of obnoxious domination and control of women and nastiness towards anything female is, I mean, this is just so common. This is so common. Now, black men used to tell each other this kind of stuff. They get together with the young dudes, the older dudes, and they spew their nonsense, and the young guys would soak it up. But it was done, kind of privately in homes and bars and things like that. Now they have the platform of social media. So these messages can be heard worldwide by men in every country about how they should be treating and looking at women. Now, these guys, they're talking about black women, obviously, since they're black, but believe me, the mentality of MGTOW crosses all racial and ethnic and socioeconomic barriers. So don't think just because this particular revelation, this particular video where I'm going to be analyzing this, the message, is only pertaining to black men. I'm not saying that. But since the audience here is largely black, at least 60-70%, that's what we're going to focus on. But of course, anyone else who can take something away from this message is welcome to. The emotional devastation knows no color. So I want you guys to take a listen to some of these clips. I'll be interjecting my analysis as we move through this.
Red pill. This segment is going to be about knocking a woman off her pedestal, destroying her ego, something every man must do if you're still dealing with women from time to time.
Notice use of the word destroy. You think that these guys are misdirected, or lonely, or confused, and a few other sympathetic things that I've heard women say. No. They are out to, as he said, destroy you. Your ego is what gets you, that makes you feel proud of yourself, that makes you hold your head up high, that makes you have boundaries and standards for behavior of the people that come into your life. You expect to be treated well because your ego is tied to your self-esteem. When you have low self-esteem, you have suffered a damaged ego. When you have low self-esteem, you are desperate for a man and you're very easy to control. That is what they're after. They want to destroy any sense of pride that you have in yourself to make it easier for them to victimize you. Please pay attention to this very carefully as we go through these clips, because this guy, I'm telling you, he's just putting it out there. So for all of you to understand what you're up against when you're out here dating, don't go out here just acting all brand new like you just don't know what the fuck is going on. They're straight telling you. They're not even trying to hide it anymore.
I got 4 tips today, and these are in no particular order of significance. Number 1, you got to tell it, hey, text her one day, hey, this isn't going to work out. Good luck to you. She'll be, wait, what's going on?
What is this tactic? I've talked about this last summer, and the manipulative things that black men do to make black women jump through hoops. This game is designed to instill fear and desperation, again, to get him to position himself to have the upper hand in the relationship, if there even is a relationship. He is just like a little bitch, and he wants you to chase him. These guys are just a joke. It's just unbelievable. I've never seen more bitch-made men in my life than these who want to do role reversal. They're so afraid of getting hurt that they have absolutely no balls at all, and they sit up there making these stupid ass videos whining about what women do. They feel like you guys have all the power and they want to take it back. But of course, women don't have any power. I don't know what they're talking about. So I mean, we only have the power that we give ourselves. We're not taking anything from them, but they perceive that we are, in that they want women so desperately, and we have the power to grant them their wish of access to us and our bodies or not. They are highly resentful of that fact. So these are the kind of mind games that they want to play in order to crush you and make you weaken and give them your power. So then they have not only their power but yours too.
A woman's ego is huge. Her head is in the clouds. She's on a different planet. The reason why, because for years, her whole life, she's been told she's attractive, she looks good, that she's this beautiful goddess, she's this queen. She must be humbled. She must be brought down to earth.
By bringing you down to earth, it means knocking you off the pedestal that you have yourself on. If you think of yourself as a queen, a princess, a lady of class and elegance and style, they don't want you to think that. Because when you think that you are beautiful and have value and are important and lovely to look at, lovely to be around, they can't stand you, because then you have they know that your standards of expectations, your standards of performance for the men that come into your life are very high. A guy who knows he doesn't meet them is going to be resentful, because there you are with your beautiful self. He wants you desperately, but he knows he does not have the heat to pull you. So rather than try to up his game and make himself into a better man worthy of a woman on your level, he would rather tear you down and bring you down to his. Do you understand what this mind game is?
You know what it does? It sends off an alarm in her head, and it humbles her, and it says, hey, this guy has value. I have value. I can get rid of you anytime I want to. This must be done. You must be ready and willing at any moment of the day, any hour, to tell her, hey, even if you don't mean it, tell her, hey, this is not going to work out. Good luck.
When a man's self-esteem is in the toilet like this, to where he feels that he has no value unless he's hurting you, that is a sick fuck. Now, I don't know, I've made videos talking about narcissistic syndrome and sociopaths and psychopaths and histrionic personality disorder and all kind of other stuff. There's all these videos of education about the mentality of these crazy men on this channel. I'll try to remember to link to as many of them as I can, but you know how I am. But this is a live example. And these guys are tuning into this channel, and dozens more exactly like them, because they all spew the same message. And they are teaching other guys how to hurt women. They're teaching them how to use you, how to play mind games with you that send you into a frenzy. They want control of you. I keep telling you guys this. I've been telling you this for the last 20 years. They want control. And when they feel like women are out of reach of their control, they get frantic. And that's why you've noticed an increase in violence towards women. They hate feminism, because feminism organizes women and gives them pride in themselves and makes them independent of men. They can't stand that shit. They can't fucking stand it. And these kind of mind games where they want to hurt you and to bring you down a peg or two, down to the pig level where they are, is what the goal is. So you guys, keep paying attention. I'm gonna keep interjecting my thoughts.
Number 2, give her a dick and don't text her back. This destroys her ego. You know why? Because her ego is attached to her vagina. When you fuck her, you take her soul. You take everything she has. Everything of value is all invested in her vagina. So when you fuck her and you don't text and call her back, and like a simp, like a mangina, and chase her down, you know what that does? It sends an alarm off in her head and says, hey, what's going on? I mean, I gave him some pussy. He's supposed to be attached. He's supposed to be hooked.
Okay, so you like the guy enough to have sex with him. You make yourself vulnerable to him. You might even be, in love with him. And then he turns around and pulls a stunt like this. What do you do? Me, I would never speak to him again. He wouldn't have to worry. And it would be the kind of thing where, when you see a guy who has this mentality, usually you can kind of peep their game out beforehand, because they're either laying it on too thick, just being too much in your face, like putting a bum rush on you, trying to rush you to bed, or they played a distance game so that they try to set you up to chase him, which is what that's the game he's promoting. So it's usually one of those two. Dudes who are sincere don't mind taking their time, and they present themselves different. They're around more. They don't say stupid ass shit like this, and they don't treat you poorly like these guys are promoting. So ladies, you guys have got to do better about eliminating these kind of guys and having some very stern boundaries for how they talk to you and how they treat you. And if they ignore you and don't return calls and stuff like that, don't make excuses for them. Next their asses. You have to next them. Get them out of your life, because they're on a game track. And unless you want your feelings hurt or your heart broken, you should, definitely get rid of these people sooner rather than later.
Number 3, what every woman usually does, when she calls you, when she texts you, wait hours to text her back. I mean hours. Sometimes a full day if you have to. You know what this does? This shows her, hey, you are no significance in my life. I'm not going to be at your beck and call. I'm not going to text you back whenever you want me to.
Okay, so you're dealing with a dude who wants to clearly communicate to you that you are not important to him, that you're not a priority, that he's not investing anything into you. He doesn't really give a fuck about you. It's all about getting the upper hand and gaming on you. Why would you deal with a guy like this? See, I have to ask you guys this. I mean, I know plenty of women, especially the young ones, do that. Sometimes you're just bored and you're just lonely or whatever. And it gets you in trouble, because then you accept garbage men that do these kinds of things to you, and you just overlook them because you're so focused on trying to build a relationship or keep him and all this other crazy stuff I hear women saying. This is trash. When a guy treats you like this, he's trash. You do not want to get involved with a man like this. So if he waits hours or days or a whole day or something to call or text you back, unless his ass is hospitalized or in prison where he can't get to the phone, then he's giving you a very clear message right there. I don't give a fuck about you. That's what he's saying. So you have a decision to make. Again, I don't tell people what to do. I make suggestions. And I point out why you should do things the way that I think you should do them. But if you disagree, you're entitled to. You're grown. But I'm just saying, why would you want to be around, and opening your heart and mind and love and home to a man who thinks this way about you? Why would you do that? See, I don't get that.
So you text her out of the blue, hey, I've been busy, I've been doing this and that. You always have to seem busy. You have to seem aloof when you're dealing with these women, because once they know you're at their beck and call and you aren't a busy man, they're going to lose interest. So you must be mysterious. Pop in, pop out, pop back in. It's that easy.
Instead of playing busy, a real man is on his grind, and he is actually busy. He's actually doing something constructive. Now, I had the man that I later married. He was always busy. He ran a business, plus he had a job. So he was busy. But you know what he used to do to make sure he still saw me? If he had to do paperwork, or he was doing like a mailing for his business, or some kind of, I don't know, anything he could do on his computer, he'd bring his laptop, and he would sit down at the dining room table, and he would sit with me, want me to sit next to him so he could hold my hand, or I could like put my foot on his lap or something. He would want to like some physical contact, and he would do what he had to do while he was talking to me, while he was looking at me, while he was touching me and leaning over to get kisses. He made sure that he spent time with me. So even though he was busy, he made time. And that's what men do. When they really are into you, They make time for you because you're a priority. Unfortunately, so many women are not used to being a priority to a man that they accept that kind of behavior. Now, if you're dealing with 3, 4, 5 other dudes, and he just somebody you just kicking it with when and if ever, then of course it doesn't matter. But if you're only seeing him and he claims he's only seeing you, and he's kind of play these kind of games, you have a decision to make, because unless this is the kind of silliness that you want to be bothered with, I mean, it's some teenage shit. This is not something that a woman in her 20s, 30s, and 40s would want to be bothered with. This is childish and retarded. It's like, a waste of time. So if you got a guy coming at you like this, and he's going to be like popping in and popping out, if you're not going to pop in and out of my life, I don't know where the fuck you're going to pop in and out of. Your ass ain't named Jack in the Box. What the fuck?
Number 4. Like I said in a previous video, I think this is a huge one. Tell her she's fat. I mean, this is the number one biggest thing, the most important one you can do with the most significance. If you tell a woman she's fat, her whole life revolves around her image, how she looks. That's what a woman is, from the makeup, from the clothes she wears, everything. So when you slut shame her body and her image, that tears her down. It's actually worse than getting rejected.
Notice the comparison. He's trying to give men something to hurt you more than you hurt them by rejecting them. Did you catch that? If not, rewind and listen to that. This actually hurts more than being rejected, he says. So that's the goal, to hurt you more than he's hurting. So I hope you guys are catching all of this, because it's very revealing. And then notice the term used, slut shaming her body. Now, why would you spend time with a man who feels it's necessary to slut shame you in any way? Verbally, visually, psychologically, in a written form, in any kind of way. I mean, what is the point of that? I mean, what kind of woman is it that these guys want to have in their life with these kind of tactics? She's going to be nothing. She's going to be a destroyed piece of humanity. I mean, is that what they want? Someone that they can just totally run over and then talk about at will, and then still think that she's going to still be with them because she's too scared to not be? I guess that's what they want. Someone who is just too weak and frightened, and who feels so bad about herself that she feels like she's lucky to have him and will do anything he wants to keep him. I guess that's the goal here. That seems to be the direction that this is going. But I wanted to, to point this out, and those key phrases here, to let you ladies hear this, so that you know what to watch out for. It's not over yet. There's a few more little golden tidbits that I want you to hear.
You must do these things. Also, if you guys are sitting at home watching a movie, or hey, women like to watch reality shows or The View or whatever daytime talk show or some show. It's a lot of attractive women in movies. If you watching a VH1, watching VH1 or Basketball Wives, tell her, hey, that female looks pretty good. She looks cute. She's attractive. I'll fuck her. I'll have sex with her.
And let me tell you what kind of fool I would act if somebody said that to me. I would be like, motherfucker, get the fuck up out of my house. Get your shit and get the fuck out, if I didn't shoot him. Because that is just too rude. How are you going to be talking to somebody like that? That's somebody who actually hates you, to want to say something that demeaning and degrading, rude and obnoxious to you. Is disrespectful on every single level that I could think of. Yet he thinks that this is funny, that this is something that a man should say to a woman. I mean, you know what I mean? A woman he's supposed to be involved with. And that's great. Okay, so then don't say nothing when I start talking about Boris Kojo and Idris Elba and what's his name, Denzel Washington's fine ass son, and all these other people. Don't say shit. Don't you say nothing. Because just like you can dish it out, you better be fucking ready to take it. And you know my mouth. So I would read his ass like a book and then still throw him out. Little dicked, raggedy ass, broke motherfucker looking like a goddamn beaver. Shit, giant ass teeth. You could eat up the world. Don't get me started.
She's not being used to told these things. She's not being used ever to a man rejecting her. She's always used to leaving first. She's left every man she's been with. She's rejected every man she's been with. So one thing you need to do is if she gets out of line, you say, hey, this is not going to work out. Good luck. I guarantee you she'll be running back to you. She don't know what to do.
Okay, so he inaccurately assumes that every woman who's ever been involved in a relationship was the one who did the leaving. No. A lot of women leave because of abuse of one sort or another, like you're dishing out. Or they leave because the man cheated. He had a baby outside. He decided he was gay. He thought he was going to be beating their ass. He was a gambler. He was a drunk. He decided he liked drugs better than his woman. All kind of reasons why women leave relationships. And even if they did leave first, it was because they had a reason to. They had a reason to reject him. So just sitting there angry because women reject men, 95% of men deserve to be rejected. The other 5% just picked the wrong woman. But still, that's still his fault. So it's 100% men's fault that their relationships are fucked up. Women don't have shit to do with it.
This will humble her and let her know, hey, you're not the best thing since sliced bread. You're not the best looking woman on the planet. You're not that attractive. It will humble her. Bring her down to earth. Knock her off that pedestal.
You know, these are the same guys who think that women are supposed to build them up and hold them down and have their back and do all this slave mammy shit that you guys be thinking, you've been brainwashed to believe that this is what you need to do for a man. And then you run into men with this kind of attitude. Why would you do anything for a guy like this when this is what he thinks of you? You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't even pick a lint off of his clothes. You should do nothing for him. You should do nothing with him, nothing to him, nothing. He just should cease to exist in your world because he's not worthy of you. And that is what they are aware of, and that's why they're going through all these conniptions to try to convince you that you're the one that's not worthy. Don't fall for that game. This is some bullshit ass nigga shit. Sitting up here talking about what that you're not the best and you're not this and you're not that and you're not used to being rejected. Every woman I know has been rejected. Even if you're in a relationship and a man claims he loves you but he cheats on you with some other broad, that's rejection, nigga. Don't you get it? I'm just like, these guys are stupid. I just don't know. Just because a man is with you, married to you, or living with you, or calling you his woman, if he's, okay, those are his words. His behavior, though, is saying something else. And when he separates the two of you like that and drives an emotional or physical wedge between you, that is rejection. So I don't understand how he's thinking that women never get rejected. I mean, they just have this very false sense of womanhood and what our real life experience is. It's just kind of amazing to me.
Thing you can do if you guys are just hanging out, maybe watching TV or maybe out and about. If she has a girlfriend, any female friends, tell her, oh, so and so looks kind of cute, Katie, Shaquita, or Brittany or Sarah. Tell her, hey, your friends look kind of cute. This will.
What would happen to a guy who said something like that to me? I'm sure you all would know. But it would start with, then get your fucking ass up and go on over there. And end with all kind of other colorful words. But basically, any man who tries to compare me to anyone, I don't give a fuck if it's his mother. Anyone, you try to compare me to anybody about anything, you're out of there. I mean, just with quickness. I'm not going to make no excuses. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to try to fix myself up to please you. See, this is what they want. They want you to start bending over backwards and doing what I said last summer. Jump through hoops to get his and keep his attention. Don't fall for the game. Don't fall for it. And don't start getting jealous of your friends if he says something like that. Just get rid of him and keep your friends because they haven't done anything. So, a lot of women are stupid though, and they're going to be like, well, I can't hang around with you no more because, blah, 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 my man this and my man that. Well, no, your man is a disrespectful punk. And what you need to do is get rid of him. Your friends did nothing wrong. They were not involved in what he just did and said. They had nothing to do with it. So stop placing blame elsewhere and put it where it belongs, on him and his stupid mouth. But all in all, I wanted to present this video, this information as a sample, because this is just one video out of probably 20 to 30,000 with similar messages that are here on YouTube presented by these MGTOW guys ranting and raving about women. They claim they're going their own way. I'm still waiting for that to happen though, because there's always this focus on women, what women do, what women wear, what women say, how to get control of women, complaining about things that women did, complaining about things that women didn't do. It's all focused on women. And if you're really going your own way, then women should not be a part of your discussion. You shouldn't see women. You're too focused on yourself. But that's not what's happening. That's why I made the video that it's a scam, because it is. I mean, I don't know who's making money off of it, but somebody must be, because these dudes aren't going anywhere. They're not doing nothing. Even when they claim they're leaving the country and going overseas or whatever, they're still over there looking for a woman. They just want one who's uneducated and poor so that they can have total control, unlike a European or American woman who knows that they have rights and how to exercise them. They don't want that. They want a woman who's dumb and who's going to let them have their way and not talk back and just, basically just let them run her life. And I just want you guys to really pay attention to this. Stop thinking that every guy that shows interest in you is doing it because he's truly interested in you. Some of them really do just want to have you as a victim. So you got to be very careful. You listen carefully to their words, watch what they do. Their shit should match up. And if you start hearing any kind of cringe-worthy words from them, anything that they say that makes you feel bad or doubt yourself, question yourself, think that you need to be more or better, whatever, to please him, get rid of that motherfucker. Get rid of him as quickly as possible, because he's gonna murder your soul if you let him. All right? So, watch that. Take care. You got any questions, put them in the comment section down below, and we look forward to some interesting discussion on this video. Talk to you later. Now that you've seen some of the grade A content that the Deborrah channel offers, please become a subscriber. Just click the subscribe button down below. Then you'll see a little bell. Click that after, and then you'll be able to get notifications sent directly to your cell phone of when I post new content. You can be one of the very first people to review the new videos, like them, comment them on them, and share them. We'd like you to do all of those things to help the channel grow. I appreciate your support, so become a subscriber. Tell your friends.